These are the top 3 hardest questions in the Maths Methods exam. So now that the examiner's reports have come out for each Maths Methods exam, we can look over which questions students struggled with the most in 2024. By knowing which questions were the most difficult, you can better prepare yourself for these challenging topics that may appear again in this year's exams. So coming at number 3, we've got question 5D from exam 2, which happens to be the last question of the paper. This is actually part of a larger question where students have to respond to a sine times cosine graph within a restricted domain. Make sure you've memorized the method of finding a range within the domain that the question gives you for any kind of graph. In second place is question 7B from the first exam, which is the one without a calculator. This is another question having to do with functions and graphs, with this question needing you to use product rule differentiation in order to find an interval. Then determine the range of the graph, and then use working out to verify the coordinates of a stationary point. There's clearly a lot of steps to this question, and without a calculator and notes, it's no wonder that last year's students found this difficult. And finally, at number 1 is question 4E of the second exam, with 90% of students getting no marks for it. This question has to do with statistics, as you'll first need to find the 90% confidence intervals, which is the easy part, but then have to find the maximum and minimum distribution amounts for the random sample in the question. This question is centered entirely around your familiarity with statistics and probability questions. So this is another key topic that you need to focus on in your studies.